Well, howdy, folks, and welcome to a game that couldn't be bothered to replace the default cursor. This is White Knight. It's a game that's been sat in my library for a while, and I never got around to playing, like, you know, most of these Let's Plays. I've always really liked the sort of style of it, the sort of paper cutout, sort of black and white chic that it has going on. The aesthetic is very strong on this one. My super fun hardcore Minecraft Let's Play died horribly in tears. F's in chat. Are we getting enough memes out there yet? Is that memey enough? Whatever. It ended, so I needed something to play. I found this, and I thought, you know, what the hell? I've not had a go at it yet. From what I understand, it's a bit of an adventure game, a bit of a walk around room, collect keys, rub them on doors sort of deal, which isn't normally my sort of thing. But I think the visuals at least are striking enough to make me want to give this game a little dabble. So why don't you dabble along with me, and we'll press play. Boo! Boo hiss! Boo! Fuck Activision. Those guys are awesome, though.
Some nights are just pitch black.
Hey.
Without stars. And without sleep. Dirty nights clinging to you like tar. Like this one night, back in 1938.
War times.
Boston. The Great Depression tsunami was just sweeping over what was left of America. Misery. Hunger. Despair. Times are hard, they said. Times were worse than hard. And the bar was about to close. As far as I was concerned, this was just another intoxicated day drawing to an end. If only I knew.
Ooh. You're telling me something's going to happen and there's going to be a video game to play? What a plot twist. Didn't see that coming. As I say, very cool style though. Last game I saw try this was Mad World back on the Wii. And that game literally only had its art style going for it. Hopefully this one will be a little bit more interesting than that game ever was. This cursor really is distracting. Put it right here. Oh, he's blinking, trying to get it out of his eye. Understandable. Oh, my controller's vibrating. Is this a controller? I assumed it would be a mouse and keyboard game because it looked very point and clicky to me, but maybe that's why the cursor's garbage, because you meant to use a controller for it. Chapter 1, out of course. As in we're out of the golf course? Or as in, oh, I'm steering. I shouldn't be down the middle of the road. I'm in America, right? So I want to be on the right hand side? I want to be over here. I like these credits. It's very stylish. I've never heard of Awesome Studio before. Or Osome, or however the hell you pronounce that. Never heard of them before. But obviously it had Activision funding, so they must have been doing something right. Get someone like that on board. I never really heard much about this game at the time. I do remember it. I can't remember if I saw a trailer for it or a review of it or what. It was a few years back it came out now. I don't really remember it getting much hype. I suppose it's not really the sort of game that gets hype, but I don't really remember seeing a great deal around it, which is odd for a game that's published by one of the biggest publishers in the world, you know. But I don't know. We'll see what we think. Our protagonist man was going on about how he'd just been having some drinks at the bar, and now he's driving. But it's 1938, so I think that was legal then. The world was a different place back then, you know. I'm sticking on the right side of the road because I don't want to have any horrible accidents. But to be fair, probably not a great deal of cars on the road. Oh, speak of the devil, there's one. Good thing I'm on the right side. What are you doing? He swerved into that. I mean, it was obviously a ghost, it was obviously a spooky moment, but he swerved into it. He didn't try and avoid it, he turned towards it. I was away from that.
Still echoing in my bones, as the image of that girl coming out of nowhere surged back in my mind. Did I hit her? Was she dead?
She was already
I
dead.
couldn't remember. Thoughts were spinning in my head. I hope I didn't run her over. I hope she's still alive.
You'd notice, surely, if you ran someone over.
The pain. The terrible pain on my side. And this question. Where am I?
Oh, did he get a big amnesia? Did he get knocked unconscious or whatever? He's rustling a lot. It's very cinematic. Despite the pain, using this to walk was still possible. Is that a bomb? That looks like a Mario Kart bomb. I want it. I can't have it. Okay, I guess I'll stagger in this direction then. I can examine the place using A. This girl on the road, the impact, I couldn't find her body. Sorry, this girl on the road. The impact, I couldn't find her body. Spot on, right? That's exactly how he sounded. The box seemed to be connected to the electric lighting of the street. Well, can we turn it on? No, okay, alright. No body, no blood. Where did the girl disappear? He seems fairly certain that he hit her then. He's fairly confident in that. For help, I could rely on the Boston Daily News. I carried the Boston Daily News with me at all times. And apparently it writes articles about things happening specifically in my life in real time, which is pretty cool of it. Pretty cool. That's some advanced technology right there. I guess I'll, if I'm wounded and need help. Vesper Manor. Didn't ring a bell. My head was empty and painful. I'm sure this won't be a spooky haunted house or anything. Graphics having a bit of trouble there. A little bit of Z fighting happening there on those railings. Not nice to look at. That might have just been the light flickering on them actually, but whatever was happening, it was a bit odd.
But the intense pain was scattering them like a bunch of dead birds. My fear of being wounded changed into an obsession. Was I about to die?
Yeah, probably. I'm in control, so I know I meant to go to the door and knock, but I want to go up to the for sale sign. For sale. This board looked as old as the house. I mean, if it's a for sale sign, that probably means there's no one here, right? Oh, good job, dude. It was quite a drop. It really was. Why do I have 3 of 60 Boston Daily News already? What have I done to collect information? This unknown symbol let out a powerful aura. I think that's an ankh. I think that's the symbol of death and rebirth in ancient Egyptian mythology. Don't quote me on that. I like to sound smart though, so I give things my best shot. Might also just be the female symbol, right? Maybe the tree's a girl. Maybe that's how you tell. Seem to be limited to where I can go over here. I should probably just be like knocking on the door or something, but kind of want to get to a point in this game where I'm not staggering constantly. Maybe walk a little bit faster at that point. W and S, I would have considered that romantic under other circumstances. W and S. W and S. Wales and Spain. The ultimate diplomatic joining of nations. It's going to be the next United Kingdom, that is. After everyone leaves the current UK because we're garbage at the moment, Wales is going to hook up with Spain. I mean, we've already got Gibraltar over there. It's already a whole thing, so it makes sense. What am I looking at over here? These graphics are cool, but they do make things can be a little bit hard to read with them, you know? The statue had been moved recently. Okay. That implies maybe someone is still hanging about. The statue was staring at me with a white and hostile stare. William Vesper. No date on the grave. Ah, the W is probably William then. I think the other one's going to be an S? Or one of the other ones is going to be an S? It's weird for a house to have its own graveyard. Is that not weird? A bird table, nothing more. I remember years back when our family dog died, we buried him in the garden. So I guess there's no reason you can't bury a family member in the garden as well, but it's just a bit weird. I didn't read what that said about the bucket. The bucket had not been used for a long time. Okay. So the bucket is old, but the statue is new, or the statue has recently been moved, at least, if it's not actually new itself. I can't read half these gravestones, and it's very upsetting because I'm walking all the way over to them, and I'm not being rewarded for my exploration. Even if it was something unrelated to the plot, it would be nice to just be able to read them, you know? Just see what they're all about. Henry Vesper, a relative of the landlord. B. Norman. This name is coming from nowhere, was chilling. And it's a random dead guy. We just found this corpse, we thought we'd bury it in our garden. Margaret Vesper, born Venter Cross. Wait. Yeah, Venter Cross. Margaret Venter Cross was her original name, and then she became Margaret Vesper. But that's an M, not an S name. So who are W and S? If it's not William and his wife. Did he have a mistress? Was it a previous girlfriend prior to the marriage? The arm came from a marble structure. I can't really see that there's an arm there, but I'll take your word for it. Shall we go check out the old door? Hello, I've just been rooting around your garden for the last 10 minutes. Mind if I come in? The landlord was out, so the key might be around somewhere. Uh-huh.
No one around. I was all alone, with my pain growing and some nausea starting up. Don't stop. Think quick. Think well. It was just an accident. It happens. The girl must have made it out alive. I had to make it out alive too.
Letter from Martha Kenton to William Vesper. Under normal circumstances, I would never have tried to contact you. I am an honest woman. I have supported my husband since the blessed day of our wedding, from which 2 beautiful children were born. I have given them the best education I could, but today I cannot afford to raise them properly anymore. We are ruined. My husband's employer went bankrupt. He is travelling from town to town, trying to find a job, while I have to beg for food every single day. But my 4-year-old son has a bad cough, which is getting worse, and I fear for his life. Nowadays, we can see children die in the streets. Is this still America? I beg of you, who are rich, only a few dollars would be enough. We could work for you. We live in the shack under the best oil sign at the entrance of the slum, by the Graham slaughterhouses. Don't hesitate to come. Martha Kenton. Okay. Alrighty. Didn't see the name Martha in amongst the graves. I'm wondering if this is recent. The fact that it's a piece of paper left outside, it would have to be fairly recent, right? It just wouldn't last otherwise. There's wine. Can I have the wine? There's still some golden liquid inside the glass. Oh, probably not wine then. Brandy, perhaps? You wouldn't have whiskey in a glass like that. Couldn't see a thing. The window was like watching over a tomb. Old and damp planks which had fallen from the front of the mansion. Okay, I guess we'll just slowly stagger around the garden for a bit longer. See if we can work out where we might find a key. If you were to hide a key in a garden like this, where would you hide it? And would I have been able to find it without first discovering that I needed it, is the question. Like, do I need to re-interact with something that I've already interacted with? Or is that a waste of everyone's time? Can I have a little look-see at these windows over here? No. Okay. See, this already, we're only, what, 16 minutes in? We're already highlighting one of the major issues I have with adventure games, in that the path to progress is never obvious. It's never obvious. And it's never the sort of... It's never really gamified. It's never... Because obviously the whole point of the game is to find the item and bring it to the point, or whatever. They are essentially find the item games. Like those ones you play on a phone where you have a Where's Wally type picture and you just have to click things, you know. That's essentially what adventure games always were. They just had a story attached. So obviously you can't just lead them with a golden trail or a minimap icon to the item or whatever, because that would completely defeat the purpose of the game. There would be no game left. So I get that, but without some sort of leading clues... I mean, all we've been told here is that there might be a key nearby somewhere, you know? And that could mean, like, anything, really, couldn't it? There's always a spare key somewhere around these old places. Did that come up because I got into the right sort of area, or... Like, it could be... Key was probably hidden nearby. Do we think it's somewhere on this screen, then? I'm thinking maybe the bird bath. No key here. Okay. Maybe in amongst this rubble over here. I know the statue has been moved recently. I'm aware of that. I can't, like, interact with this little box at all. No. As I say, it's always a shame with games like this. This might have a very compelling story. It definitely has a compelling art style. But I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe adventure games just aren't my... Well, I know adventure games just aren't my thing. I'm well aware of that. But maybe...
I wasn't gonna find any help there.
Maybe I can't objectively criticize them the way I do. maybe some people enjoy this sort of gameplay, but if I could at least walk like at a reasonable pace instead of slowly staggering my way around the screen, there'd be more enjoyment to be found here, I think. And I hate the way that I can reinstigate an inspection because I'm mashing the button too hard. You can't skip things like that. You just have to hope it works out. I've pretty much been everywhere twice now. I've not checked the well again, I suppose. I hope there wasn't anything useful inside. Well, you and me both, bud, because if that's where the key was and I somehow fucked it up, then yeah, we're in real trouble here. I feel like the trees in the background are an actual photograph of trees, just like tinted pure black. They seem too realistic compared to the rest of the art style, you know? I mean, I looked at all this, like, after checking the door in the first place, right? No use, that lamp had seen better days. To be fair, I'm still finding things that I haven't seen before, so... you know, maybe I'll, I noticed footprints. Someone often went to that cemetery. Okay, okay. So it seems likely the cemetery is where the key is then. I guess I'll return there. Would have been nice if I got that clue the first time I was up there, really? That wasn't due to me interacting with anything, that just sort of popped up. I've not looked at this bench, to be fair. Is this bench anything? Can I just have a sit down on the bench for a bit? See, I know this. I'm aware of this. No, stop interacting with that. I don't need to see that again. Still no key in the bird bath. Can't follow the footprints to somewhere in particular. I don't know why I can't interact with this one. Does it just have no name on it? Is that why? Oh. I can, turns out. A metallic shard in the dark caught my attention. Get it, then. What do you mean a metallic shard in the dark caught your attention? What do you mean? What's your problem, dude? Is it something... Where did it catch his attention? Am I meant to have been seeing something there on the screen? I don't understand. A metallic shard in the dark caught your attention. You can keep saying that, but it doesn't make it any easier to... The key was probably hidden nearby. Yeah, it probably was. You're right. Where am I looking? There's a lot of dark. Saying there's a metallic shard in the dark isn't specifically very helpful in my hunt. Little flashy pixels over here, does it mean one of them? I thought I'd fucking found it then. I thought we were finally onto something. He's just like looking at the gravestone. Does this help at all? Beer. On the grave, the name Margaret Vesper seemed to challenge eternity itself. Who was she? The grave looked as daunting as a forgotten tomb. What a dire way of decorating a garden. Okay, but none of this is helpful at all. None of this is leading me towards my key. Is it over on Margaret's grave? That's Henry's grave. That's not Margaret's grave. It seems someone had moved the statue. Why did it say that? The statue hasn't moved, has it? Dude. I don't want to challenge you here, but when you were literally here, you could absolutely have seen that key. No one is that night blind that they can't see a key like 3 inches in front of their face. I'm sorry. I don't want to judge.
I had the feeling I was about to desecrate a sanctuary. To open the door to a world I didn't belong to.
Well, don't then.
But whoever lived in there, they would understand.
But they're clearly not there.
Help.
Yes, you need help, but breaking into an empty house isn't going to achieve that. I guess maybe there'll be a phone. The phone was invented in 1938, wasn't it? So I guess maybe that's the only sort of possibility for doing this. I am so salty about that key though. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Let's go in then. See what puzzles, quote unquote puzzles, await me indoors. This is going to be a very angry Let's Play. I want to put that out there. Whether I continue this beyond one episode or not, there's going to be a lot of salt involved. I just love like the film grain and the sort of, as I say, the monochrome cell shading and everything. It's such a cool aesthetic.
Safe. That's all that mattered. As the doors opened, the mansion seemed to react to my presence. There was a smell, like a cornered animal. The smell of fear.
That's just yourself.
And yet, I entered the place. Because I had no choice.
I don't know about that.
I was praying to find a phone or some help.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but
I didn't even bother wondering what happened to prayers when they reached the wrong door.
I mean, the dude's clearly not that. That was the end of chapter 1, apparently. The dude's clearly not that injured. Like, he was able to push a statue and stagger around a garden for 29 minutes. You know, he's not that injured. So, if he could have done that, he could have just gone up the road and found the next house. You know what I mean? Fucking idiot. Alright, what's indoors then? Phone. Well, that's lucky.
Hello? Hello? I need an ambulance. Can you hear me? I need help.
That's a big ass phone. Were phones really that big?
was cold. The darkness around me. I was usually not afraid of the dark. But there, on that day, I remembered I had a matchbox somewhere in my jacket. The urge to light a match was growing with every new chill running down my spine.
So do it. Oh. It's dark in here, huh? Can I light anything with this? Is it a candle? No, it's an African mask, a wooden face without a soul. Oh look, blood. Ain't that great. Anything over here? The shovel was covered with fresh soil. A hat. A man was living here. Yeah, William. We know this. He's dead now. Don't worry about it. Whoever lived here had a special taste for alcohol. This mountain landscape couldn't soothe me. Hey, there we go. Put that away now. Can you put that away now? Is there a way of putting that? No? Okay, I guess we just keep the lantern out. To be fair, you're saying, oh, I'm not normally scared of the dark, but I think everyone's scared of the dark under the right circumstances, right? If creepy shit is happening and you can't see what's happening, you're going to be a bit, you know, it may not be necessarily afraid of the dark itself, but the lack of information provided by the dark, you know. I couldn't go through there, fair enough. We got another ankh door over here.
Goddamn door. Too heavy for me to breach it, especially with my bad leg.
You can push a statue. Encyclopedias, the edge was hardly readable. I don't know, there's quite a lot of edge in this game. It's very readable, this edge. Who answered? I couldn't forget that sound. I didn't really hear what they said, to be honest. I'm not sure if I was meant to. I was too busy, lost in my own little world. Oh, I see. So wait, this game is going to be very much like, hey, what the fuck? Is this because I'm stood in the dark? Nope. The fuck? That was genuinely pretty creepy, well done. But yeah, see this game's going to be a lot of, hey, I can see what I obviously have to do here, but for some reason I have to light a match in order to be allowed to do it. I feel like there's going to be a lot of that in this game. Without light? No way. Fine. There you go. I'll light you another match. Hope these aren't in too limited a supply. There you go. Lights on. The armchair looked comfy. I could get some rest and save my progress. I assume the game auto-saved, but I will take a save point just fine. Whoever that was, it currently didn't ring a bell. Currently. Oh, more matches. I'll be careful. I don't want to pick up matches when I can't fit them in my inventory, or else it'll be a big old waste. Nothing special about the wardrobe. The crucifix was not comforting at all. There's the library. It's probably our next port of call. Margaret's diary, excerpt 12. Margaret is the dead lady, isn't it? Not the one who wrote the note. Was she called Marcia or Martha or something? I'm trying to get the names right in my head. It's not helpful that the only two female characters both begin with an M. William is 7 today. Oh, so William is Margaret's son. And Henry is presumably the father. William is 7 today. He is with Henry running after the servants in the garden dressed up like monsters from space. Games. Always games. The mansion is all upside down and their yells give me an awful headache. I'm now cloistered in the office, unable to even pray. Henry's fantasies keep William away from his great destiny. I have to bring him back to me, as this will be my only chance to make a man out of him, to making him embrace the Ventacross legacy to show him the way. Henry is a dreamer and he has no ambition whatsoever. He can't teach him anything. Behind every great man there is a great woman. Nonsense. Women should be on the front line. This is where the opposite brought us. I have no illusion about how little power the world is leaving in the hands of women. But William is young, he is the future. I will act through him. And may night finally fall upon this house. May William stop running after deceiving lights to find the place he deserves in this world. Wasn't a little upsetting at all. A boy in religious dress is presumably young William. Seeing the woman with the church candle, I was wondering where God was. Jesus. That's Margaret, presumably. She seemed like a bit of a religious nut. A box full of old science books. Possibly a bit culty. The garden looked like it was sleeping in the darkness. And what do we have on the table? Comes Darkness, October 29th, 1938. So that is this year. This is all recent then, presumably. The time came when we stopped counting. We stopped counting how many companies closed in the past 9 years, how many unemployed and families ended up in the streets, forced to live in slums around our cities. We stopped counting all the commodities wasted because nobody could buy them, thrown to the sea or burnt. We stopped counting how many of our business partners fell with us. It was 9 years ago, on October 29th, 1929. Born from the sick and speculative belly of America, the crash would throw the world into storm and darkness. We were still here, but we lost faith. And we stopped counting because they were just figures, because today they make us feel nauseous. Dawn seemed far at that time, and today they think they can see the sun rise. They seem to forget the night and darkness are always out there, somewhere. What's this? A soothing aura was surrounding this lunar goddess statue. That might be a good thing. Possibly. Is there anything on this side of the table? Oh, photographs. 6-year-old William. Daydreaming already. Have I missed 3 photos already? Am I that bad at this game? As I say. This adventure games were never my forte, but now that I'm in here and actually like unraveling the story a little bit, I'm a lot more interested in a lot more interested in proceeding, you know. August 25th, excuse me, 1911. Suffocating in this useless illuminations and frills, the mansion doesn't have the greatness befitting a fortune like the Vespers. It's the work of a degenerate romantic. It's like a stain in this century. I ordered the flower beds on the east side of the garden to be removed. They made moving around complicated, and in the summer their scent was unbearable. I didn't talk about it to Henry, and he was quite upset. For the first time I think I saw something like rage in his eyes. For a few seconds he did look like a man, and then he shut himself back in his melancholy and played the piano all afternoon. It's jazz again. This stupid music which reeks of debauchery and misery. Was jazz a thing in 1911? I don't know when jazz started, really. I thought it was sort of 40s, 30s, 40s. I suppose like swing and all that was jazz related, and that was in the 20s, right? So, yeah, probably. I'm not great on my musical history. So yeah, it seems like Henry and Margaret are quite long dead, presumably. And William, he did have a grave as well, didn't he, William? He is also presumably now dead at this point then, but he is the recent sort of house owner. He's the one who has been in charge. Where's this? There's this armchair. I completely blanked that. I was looking at the one in the corner. What do you think? Good armchair? You enjoying that?
Are you there?
Oh shit. What did that mean? As I woke up, I had recovered some strength. I could run. Finally! Oh, wait, what? Hold up. What was that camera angle? What's this? Why in this specific pixel am I being watched through the window? I don't like it. Locked, eh? Wasn't expecting that. I thought I'd be able to just stroll on through into that one. He says there's nothing special about the wardrobe, but he hasn't opened it. Oh. Ghost. Help me, she says.
Who was it? Or what was it?
Ghost.
In my world, women didn't glow like the moon.
Or walk through solid
They didn't
objects.
walk through doors either.
There we go. What, walk
I
through
had to be
doors.
more badly wounded than I thought.
I think people quite often walk through doors. I don't think that's that weird. But, they clearly want me to get into the library, but it's shut from the other side, so I need to go round somehow. Was there another door in here? Chewing through these matches. I hope they're not super limited. Oh, this door's open now. Cool. Progress, I guess. Ah. I see Margaret's been cut out of the image. Just have old Henry there. I'm assuming that's who that is. It was a great day for both our families. Why is he in... They changed clothes. It's the same dude, isn't it? I was thinking it was two different couples, and I was just thinking white man with moustache. It's different people, but no, it's definitely the same dude in both pictures. Bottom right one's clearly the wedding day, but I don't know what the other one is. Just another picture of them, I guess. Might be overthinking this. Note to self, mother's shadows. Mother's shadows will never go away. I understand it now. Calling them ghosts would be too noble. It is a filth that strives in the dark like flies on manure. As long as I am alive, they will never go away. Okay. Alright. And this is good old Boston, the home of the bean and the cod, where the Lowells talk only to Cabots and the Cabots talk only to God. A Boston Toast by John Collins Bossady, Boston Brahmin's Anthem. Okay, alright, okay. Fair enough, yeah, alright. What am I looking at? What is that? Hey, what is that? Excuse me, what is that? I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. In these troubled times, one would dream about the glorious past of our city, about the founding fathers who built and strengthened the walls. They would be the Boston Brahmins, the bigwigs, businessmen, lawyers and soldiers whose sense of morality helped draw the lines of the city and gave it a soul. And what a soul! Without them, Boston would be one of those many little towns of the East Coast. Thanks to them, in less than a century, it became the major economic, financial and cultural centre we all know now. And while we can see those who will build the city... try that again. And while we can see those who will build the century to come, the newly graduated from Harvard, symbol of the city's pursuit and excellence, let us keep in mind the spirit of the pioneers, whose clear speech, inherited from New England, still sings in T.S. Eliot's poems and the voice of Katharine Hepburn. 8 years ago, Malcolm Nichols resigned from office. He was the last of the Brahmins, the last Republican to hold the mayor's office. But it is still here, this noble blood which built roads, schools, churches, courthouses and hospitals. An economic crisis, no matter how dire it is, will never wash away their dignity. Okay, I'll leave. I'm sorry. I didn't realise it was going to be a game like that. I didn't realise that was how we were playing this. I do now, though. Presumably she's still in here, but I need to explore more. Who would hang the picture of a headless woman on the wall? I don't know. Margaret Vesper ne Venter Cross, a woman as noble as cold. Margaret and Henry Vesper, two strangers pretending to be married. This is good old Boston, the home of the bean and the... Oh yeah, well, we've seen that. We've seen that. Nothing else to add here then? Nope. Okay. She's still over there. Okay. We'll give her a wide berth. A high heel shoe. Maybe its owner was still around here. Maybe it's the ghost behind you. Behind you. Yeah, let's not fuck with that. I don't know what happens if it catches me, but probably best not to find out, huh? Oh, come on. Anything spooky in here? What was there inside that needed to be concealed? Oh. You tell me, you're the video game. I'm so tired. Father ordered several leather club chairs from a Quincy craftsman. They are perfect. It's one of the few places where I can rest and think. Margaret wouldn't touch them, and I have no idea why. Maybe because they are marked with the sun, which can make her blind. I don't know. I'm just happy they are here. Thank you, Father. That's Henry's father. Henry writing the note, presumably. There's barely any humanity left in that monster. I've seen that same picture in like every room. The common one. William Vesper's Diary, excerpt 12. This is 1936 years ago. 6 years ago? It's 38, isn't it? Yeah, it's 38. I don't know why I suddenly had a moment there. Couldn't do numbers anymore. Of all the bars I visited, the Smoke and Mirrors appears to have been especially tailored for me. People there are quiet, melancholic even. They stagnate in the swirling smoke of their cigarettes like convicts, just desperate victims that were pushed to the darkness by the crisis. But even if the bar is an elegant place, they are not driven away. They respect their right to oblivion. It is a place where they can disappear. I found myself in a corner from which I can watch their comings and goings, until I am carried to the abyss by my own whiskey. Every time I am caught again by the band. Such good musicians. Their music is like a tear that time stretches. A slow jazz, steady and reserved. It is the music of their time, the music of those who fell on the wayside. Someone told me about a singer who got hired. Well, I don't think the band needs that, but we shall see. Hello.
This thing looked like it was reaching out from some fairy tale. The kind of stories in which kids get devoured by some witch in a dark forest.
Yeah, it's not great.
Was it real? Delusion or not, I tried not to think about it. Only a madman can think mad things.
The gramophone could only play Silent Dust. Oh, it's the nice ghost again.
I decided to accept her presence. After all, from all those weird things I had seen.
Whoops, I cut that one off. Whatever. Dearest William, you wanted to know more about me. This is Selena. I don't know who this is, but okay. Last time I didn't tell you everything. The letter will make up for this. When I arrived in California in 1930, I am only 18. This is a marvellous place. The weather is so nice. I spent hours on the beach, astonished to see how brown my Norwegian skin can become. In the evening, I hang near the jazz clubs. In the afternoon, I watch people play on the beach, humming the tunes I heard the night before. Sometimes I try to sing louder than the waves. That's good exercise. My English is quickly improving thanks to the American songs I already knew in Oslo. At the time, I am barely aware of the social misery that is devouring your country. I am young. I want to be beautiful, to meet people my age, and to sing. In Los Angeles, in the Spice Club, I met the members of a jazz band. They are talented and funny. We play all night. I forget about the hour and about my parents. They even call the police. At the end of the night, the musician tells me they are looking for a singer and they want me. I can hardly believe it. Have you ever felt that you finally belong somewhere? It feels fantastic.
That night, she was the only one who hadn't tried to kill me.
So the ghost is Selena for sure, right? W and S is William and Selena. The person writing about the jazz band is obviously William. He inherited his father Henry's interest in jazz. My only family after father's death. Their voices, their footsteps, their lives. I miss them all. Ah, I guess William lived here with a couple of housemaids or whatever. Copy of Debussy's Claire de Lune. Right, I think we've been going long enough here. Oh, shit. Why did the light go off again? Is this ghost going around switching lights off? Because it's very rude of it if it is. But, anyway, yeah, we've been going long enough, I think. Fuck, did I just miss the doorway? It's these changing camera angles, they're rough on me. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap here. I think we will pick this up again. I'm actually starting to get intrigued. See Selena poster on the wall. Some interesting... there's plot. There's, as I say, the delightful visuals. I think that's enough to keep me invested in this game. So, hopefully it will keep you invested too as you watch part 2 in a couple of days. Anyway, I will see you for that. Bye for now, guys. Just climb into my chair here. Just have a little sit. Ignore the thunder. It's all good.